Wow. Some of the advice that I hear given on how to handle your debt is absolutely mind blowing to me because I'm like, it's not that hard. It's just not that hard. So we're going to talk about that. I was coming into the office, driving, enjoying YouTube, and I don't get to listen to YouTube much, but I decided, okay, I'm going to listen to a conversation today. I'm not going to say the name of the financial coach that it was, but he was talking to a couple that were overwhelmed with their debt, living paycheck to paycheck, even though they make $245,000 in a year. That's a lot of money. You ought to feel pretty comfortable if you're making that much money. So I listened, and they were talking about the HELOC. She said, we have a HELOC, and we really messed up when we did that because now we have this big debt and we have nothing to show for it except some remodeling they had done on the home. So I'm not going to judge why they spent the money the way they did. Don't even care. But I was shocked at the coach that was talking with them. He agreed. He was like, oh my gosh, that's like such a dangerous product. That's just like something that you should stay away from. And now you've loaned it all the way up to the limit almost, and here you are making monthly payments, and it was interest only payments. So they were just flustered, all of them, even the coach. I was laughing out loud because I'm like, this is hilarious. I wish I could talk with this couple because it's not as crazy as it seems. So regardless, I'm going to do a video on that because I was intrigued that this financial coach was frustrated with them that they had this HELOC and now they have to deal with that balance. And I'm like, wow, okay, so that is crazy. There's some crazy stuff being taught out there. That's one of the simplest situations you can be in is if you have a HELOC. Another situation that people stress out about is a second mortgage. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm stressed out about a second mortgage as well because they're very, very expensive. But those second mortgages, most of the time, can be converted into a line of credit. So you're not stuck in that loan. They will question why you're doing it. They'll give you the speech about, oh, this is a lower interest rate than that one. But they will usually convert that over into a line of credit if you ask. So if you have a second mortgage and you feel like you're stuck, talk to your bank and see if they won't convert that into a line of credit so that you can start doing the income and expenses out like we teach and take some pressure off when it comes to your second mortgages, okay? But I wanted to share that information about the HELOC. I guess it was the discouragement that I heard in the woman's voice because she was like, yeah, we got a HELOC and we did some remodeling and now we've got this balance and we're just making monthly payments. And like I said, more discouraging than that was the financial coach that sounded discouraged with them. And okay, well, you need to work some more, even though they made $245,000 a year. You need to figure out where some more income can come in so that you can increase your income to start paying off some of this debt. And they went so far as to start figuring dollars. Okay, if we cut out our coffee every morning and we're saving $5 there, then you could add that $5 onto this HELOC and see if you can start working it down. And I'm like, wow, it's not that hard, people. It's not that hard. So with this scenario that I've got up here on the board, I wanted to show it because it's the lady on YouTube this morning. She was so distraught. I just wish I could have had a one-on-one conversation with her because I feel like I could have cleared up her frustration with the debt and how guilty she felt about doing the remodeling on her home and building that HELOC back up. But I can't. Richard says, hi, first time here. What can you tell me about the Avon? Okay, the Avon HELOC credit card, I believe, is a glorified credit card that is backed by your home's equity, okay? I know that it comes with some fees, so you want to check that out really good before you start drawing off of that card because I believe that the fees are more than I would pay. Now, I have worked with people that could not get a line of credit and they decided to use that anyway because they were going to overcome the fees somehow with whatever their strategy was. But I believe that's the problem, is that it comes with fees every time you take a withdrawal, if I'm not mistaken. What about church loans? We have a loan that's over 16 years old, and we're striving to liquidate it this year, $200,000. Church loans work the same as any other loan. You just have to transfer them into a line of credit. Mark says, good morning. What conditions should we look for and ask the financial institution when applying for a HELOC? A revolving line of credit, not a loan. Sometimes they'll put you into a home equity loan, and that's not a good idea according to my standards. Just make sure it's a revolving line of credit. The interest rate should be around 9.25% for an average. Anything over 11 seems like that's getting pretty ridiculous. Chris says, thank you for all the great advice. I'm not an advisor. I am just a financial suggester, a coach. But he says, my wife and I are on the way to being debt-free. Wish we had found you years ago. That is great news, Chris. We all wish we had found this years ago, so don't feel discouraged. Just go with it. While we've got it, go with it. I don't think my home loan is amortized. Is that possible? No, that's not possible. Not unless you are in a first lien HELOC. If you're in any loan, it's amortized. Hope says, start a home business and keep more of the W-2 deductions by turning ordinary expenses into business deductions. Strategies will lower your taxable income to give you a better cash flow. Yes, Hope, you're correct, but for goodness sake, keep excellent receipts and in order, because if and when they audit you, you are going to get stuck with a large tax debt. I have been there, and I know how dirty they can be. So if you are doing business deductions, you might as well keep it as honest as you know how, because they are going to bite you, okay? And I was very honest. It was my CPA was sending red flags by things like home offices and stuff like that I wasn't even aware of. So when I was audited, wow, I wanted to scream out loud, and I think I did a few times, because none of this should have happened. And my CPA, who I'd been paying good money to take care of this for me, he literally disappeared when it was time to deal with this audit. Literally, to the point he's not even in the state anymore. So I don't know where he went, but wow, that's dirty. That's dirty. So we might as well do it ourselves. I mean, if we can do our taxes ourselves and get audited, that would make more sense than having a CPA and getting audited and them turn their back on you. I don't appreciate that. So not sure how I feel about that. John says, Christy, my new HELOC provides checks but no debit card. Told me I can get a debit card through their bank. What do you think? That's what I do, John. I have a debit card on my checking account that I have linked to the HELOC. So I just use my checking account for everything, and it automatically pulls out of the HELOC. I don't know if you have that or not, but that makes it very, very easy. Amanda says, how can we change a HE loan into a HELOC? You need to ask whoever is holding that second mortgage. Make sure you just ask. Give them a phone call and say, hey, I would like to convert the loan into a line. That has happened a lot for my people, so I'm pretty sure that it'll work for you too, hopefully. If not, you can go get you a HELOC, hopefully, and just pay off the HE loan, okay? There's a couple of ways you can work around that. I am excited for you guys. I hope you all have a good weekend. I hope you get your finances in order. I hope you get every line of credit that you're going for, and I hope that you will be blessed. I will see you in the next video.